used to give Oracle 10G, we moved to 11G, and now we give 12C and BPM trainings. In the trainings, I try to bring as many real-time scenarios as it can be. And my focus is that you should, when you go back after this training, you should be very clear with the fundamentals of the service-oriented architectures. As part of the training, this is a hands-on training, so you will be required to do the exercises. Some will be classwork, some will be homework. If I say the ratio, it is like 70-30. That means 70% has to be done hands-on, including classworks and homeworks, and 30% is what you will be getting the theory. When we will start, first few sessions will be more on theory, because we will be building new fundamentals for you, and it will be new field to you. And as we will progress, you will see the hands-on will start increasing, and then in the end it will be total hands-on. In this training, so there is always some of the questions I always like to answer, like who this training is for. So this training is for anybody who has done any type of programming in his life. So that, why we say any type of programming, so that he has all the type of logic building already in place. So in our training, I have seen the people from all the different fields, like Oracle Apps field, Oracle Siebel, Salesforce admins, and DB admins, and all those WebLogic guys, Java guys, and all sort of people. .NET, even .NET people I have seen, and we have trained them. Now, so what? Since it's a middleware, so all that you have to know is that it is like a middleware guys are the jack of all trades, and so you need to understand the technology, and that's why we say that you only need to know what is the basic concepts of SOA and basic concepts of the programming. So let's start with the demo, and after the demo, we will have a question and answer round, so that if you have anything, we will take it up, and I will try to answer all of them. Objective of today's chapter is that we will discuss about the course objectives. We will talk about course agenda. We will little bit describe about SOA and BPM. So what is our course curriculum built of? So our course curriculum will start with the SOA concepts. That will be the generic concept of SOA, and SOA is an open source framework actually. So you should understand what SOA is, so that tomorrow you have to move from Oracle SOA to IBM SOA, you can easily go and build that product and work on that. That we will, since this training is about Oracle SOA, so we will start with Oracle SOA 12c architectures and what are the new things that has been introduced. Then SOA is built on some of the important concepts like web services, WSDLs, XSDs, XMLs, XSLTs. So these are the building blocks of SOA, and we will teach you. Some of you may be knowing this, but some of you may not be. In any case, we will be taking this concept and will teaching you, and we will be teaching those parts that are relevant for any SOA administrator or SOA developer or SOA architect to know. Okay. Then we will cover SCA, that is Service Component Architecture, people, mediators, human tasks, business rules, Oracle Service Bus, BAM, and in the last we will cover BPM. Okay. So this will be our very broad what we are going to cover in the coming classes. So I have written little bit detailed out. So like I said, first we start with building your concept. So we will first I will show you that Oracle SOA is an open source, and what are the building blocks for SOA and all those. Under understanding SOA 12c chapter, we will talk about some of the important concepts from the administration perspective. This is not an administration training, but since still as a developer and architect, you should be very clear with the infrastructure and the administration aspect, and we will cover those parts. Then under providing services for SOA, we will start building the fundamentals for XMLs, XSLTs, and all those. And we will if you know them, as I said, it is good. If you not, anyway we are going to cover this part. Then we will start with introduction and concept of SCA. SC is a new thing that was added in 11G and it has been carried forward. So we will see what SCA brings to the table and how SCA is important. Under again managing and monitoring of SOA suite, we will little bit talk about the debugging aspects of the SOA suite where, because as a developer and architect, you need to debug the issues. So how to debug? What is where to look for what? So all those things we will be talking about them. Then we will start with people and we will be covering it into very full detail. So here we will first talk about what are the people activities are, what people, what is the concept of partner links and invocations in people, and what people actually do. And I will prove you that each point that people orchestrate and how it orchestrate, I will actually show you. And from here also our exercises will start, and so that's why we have put a bullet point as exercises on SCA and people. People will continue in depth. We will talk about all the things like how to write logic, what is the concept of adapters in people, how to write XSLTs, and how to do the fault handling, and all those will all be covered under this, and we will have in exercises for them. Then we will move to mediators. Mediators are the another component which have been kept here. So we will see what mediators are, what are their main fundamental things, and how they help in what is their role in a service component architecture, and we will do some exercises on people mediators. Then we will cover human tasks. Human tasks are utilized for wherever the human interactions are required, and we will see more on that and how human tasks are integrated under the human task chapter. Then we will take business rules. Business rules is started growing, taking a popularity. It's not very popular tool, but I'm seeing that people have started using it. So it's a pretty good tool to know, and we will cover that part. Then obviously we have exercises on people on business rules and human tasks. Then we will cover Oracle Service Bus, very powerful tool acquired by Oracle when they did when they acquired the BEA. So previously called Ecologic Bus. It was in 11G, was a separate component, and 12C it is part of the same bundle. So we will see what Oracle Service Bus are, what is their major fundamentals, and we will do some exercises and tutorials on those. Then we will cover BAM, but it's not a BI. It's like how to generate the real-time reports and enhancement that 12C has provided as part of the BAM. Then BPM, and why we added BPM was that we are seeing that it has started gaining popularity, and many big organizations are actually buying this product. Now you need to have a SOA license, but over that the BPM layers is there, but still it is now gaining a lot of popularity, and we are feeling that people should know about it, and it will be good enhancement for you. Even for the job perspective, it's very good. So we will cover BPM. We will do whatever the most of the concepts of BPM, how to do, and we will do some exercises on that. If you see the asterisk, it says full end-to-end tutorial using BPAL, ESB, BAM, business rules, and human tasks will be provided. So we will provide a full case study. It was actually a 10G case study. We molded it to 11G. Now we have molded it to 12C. It's a very good case study that Oracle came up for a purchase order. Why it is required is so that you understand how in a real time in the real organization the work is done, and that will allow you to take all the components together and work on them, and that's how in a real time the work is done. So this will be one of the things that you will be covering. Let's little touch base again on what service oriented architecture. We will give little bit about what the different things are, and then we will go from there. Anyway, these we will be repeating in the classes also. Service oriented architecture is built on two important words. One is services, another is an architecture. As an architecture, I always say that architecture is a framework, and when I say framework, they are all built on standards. So first and foremost thing is SOA is built on standards. Who has given these standards? It is given by a consortium of companies which includes Oracle, IBM, Deloitte, and all those big organizations. So Oracle, when they say Oracle SOA, it's actually it's just a misnomer, but actually they are saying that they are a vendor who provides a product, which helps you in building a SOA in implementing a SOA in your organization. That is the meaning. And this will I will prove you at every point that SOA is actually an open source, and that's why if you learn Oracle SOA, you can easily move to any other SOA products. Though in the SOA market, Oracle is the world leader. It captures around what 70% of the market according to the Gartner report. So another thing is service. What a service is? In a very simple sense, we say that service is anything that does a unique piece of work um, as part of a business process. And every day in your life you see a service, like if you have seen that on your browser, on your mobile phone, as you are moving from one place to another, like you move from Detroit to Phoenix, and you will see the Phoenix weather. So how it is getting? So obviously the mobile organization is or company is not providing you, they are not keeping the weather of the place. Mostly it is a Yahoo or Google who have done that. So what they have done is they have opened their APIs, which you can be directly called and show it. And these APIs are nothing but a function call over the net, or in another way called the web service. So in a service paradigm, there is a consumer who will send the request to the provider and gets a response back. That is as simple as how that service is written, in which language it is written is no meaning. Another good example of service is Google Maps. You have seen Google Maps integrated with most of the websites. So what helps is that these websites don't have to maintain the maps. Only thing they have to do is they just call the Google service, gets an answer and show it. So if I infuse these to work, what I get is it's an architecture style of integrating loosely coupled interacting software service. So here the concept called loosely coupled. When I say the loosely coupled, what I mean is that I can add any component at any time, and I can delete any component any time without affecting my whole architecture. And that is one of the beauty of SOA. And I will be proving you that SOA is actually all about loose coupling. Okay, so we will see that. We will see in examples and all those. SOA general concepts. So what are the SOA general concepts? First thing is when I have to build on a SOA project, first thing I do is I build a portfolio service. For that I can use Java, I can use .NET, PHP, or adapters. We will see a lot on adapters when we will build the adapters chapter. Then some of the cases, some of the times I register with UDDIs. What UDDIs are, they are nothing but they are just like the yellow pages. If I have to find the address of any person, or I have to find the address of a plumber in my community, I go to the yellow pages and find out his physical address and phone number. That is same thing. The UDDIs are there. Depending upon the content of a service, I can find out where the service actually is located on the server. Okay, that is the meaning. The dark blue line means that not all organizations use it, but it is an optional component. But yes, it is very useful. Enterprise service bus. Enterprise service bus does two important things. One is virtualize, another is route. What does it mean? So if I have to send a data, suppose Siebel is the CRM system which is going to send the data to two different sources. One is JD Edwards and one is Oracle Apps. This sending of data from one source to multiple targets is called a routing. Another thing, what it does is called a virtualization. What does it mean is that these systems, the end systems should not know who is the source of data. So that if I remove Siebel CRM and replace it with Salesforce, still my integrations are not effective. That is the meaning of it. And when I say ESB is a concept, in Oracle there are two types of ESBs. One is mediators, another is the Oracle Service Bus. What is the difference? Where to use what? We will see when we will be in those chapters. Then comes the orchestration of services using people. So people is an orchestrating engine. The word orchestration comes from the word orchestra. So if you have seen orchestra, you will see that there is a center person who is standing in the middle and he directs the orchestra to perform a particular tune. So same thing Beeple does. Beeple orchestrates the services to perform a business function. For example, there is a two service. One service first called the credit check. Another is a service that debits the amount. So what Beeple does is Beeple takes the data from the client, calls the credit check service, gets an answer, and then calls the debit credit card service. So in this way, what it is doing is it is orchestrating, and I will prove you that people only orchestrates, and how it orchestrates I will show you when we will be in the people chapters. Now what is new in Oracle SOA Suite12c? The main thing is they have given good adapters for cloud integration. And another is REST and JSON, ease of use. That is that they are I'm sorry that uh, the REST is one of the protocol that is used to call a service, specifically in mobile world. REST is used a lot. So Oracle SOA Suite 12c talks about REST, and they have actually implemented REST in a good way. And we will see that when we will, and I will show you that in our classes we will be capturing the REST part. Previously, mostly people do only SOA, but I will show you that REST is also there, because REST is a very good tool and very light stateless tool which is used, stateless protocol that is used. Okay. Then Oracle BPM. So what is Oracle BPM? BPM stands for Business Process Modeling. So it sits on the SOA server, and the job of BPM is first thing is to model the process, and then you can run the process inside the processes. Actually, but when BPM runs, the SOA codes are created. That's why it runs on the SOA suite. When we will be in the BPM chapter, I will show you that how the business analyst can model it, and developers can develop those processes, and then to prune it, how you can go back to your SOA code and change the things and all those. Okay. Sorry. Any questions? I will unmute you all so that you can have any questions.